I smoke. Almost all in my adult life I smoked. And I, well, always enjoyed it. And I have so many memories of beautiful, beautiful situations. And these are connected with smoking. But in order to change your reality, to get into another reality that you want to live in, you have to reinvent yourself. You cannot change your surroundings by staying the same. The only thing that you can change is yourself. So let me tell you in short why that is. If you want to learn more about this topic or other topics, then you can visit my other channel. I made about 200 videos there about that. Your reality and everything that you experience is not what you want, is not what you fear, it is what you are. And if you present fear and if you present happiness, this will be in your reality in some way or form. But why? But why do you have to reinvent yourself in order to change something? So, first of all, reinventing yourself will give you a new perspective on yourself. You will see yourself afterwards kind of from the outside, because this is what you are. You changed frequency. But in order to do so, you have to let go of something. You have to die, so to say, in order to get to heaven. What is meant by that? Right. What is meant by that? Of course, it's not meant literally, but your ego has to let go of the old version. You have to let go of the things that you think of yourself, because this is what you define as. And you cannot expect reality to change into a good way or a bad way. Depends what you want, but you stay the same. You stay the same, but everything around you changes. This cannot be. This is not possible. So you have to change in order to experience yourself. The version of you, the root of the new reality that you will experience. You have to reinvent yourself in order to change the reality in a direction that you prefer, that you want. So, there's no way around it. You have to reinvent yourself, a version of you, in order to change the reality that is presented to you. Because you are what you experience, and what you experience is you. It's not wishful thinking. It's not, oh, I wish I did. No. It represents you. What you represent. This will be what you experience. You have to reinvent yourself in order to live in another reality that is then presented to you or revealed to you. Let's call it revealed. You have to reinvent yourself in order to experience the reality then that is revealed to you according to the version of yourself that you are then. Not right now, because you get your reality according to what you are right now, to your frequency. But if you want to change that, you have to let go of something, reinventing yourself. It's all just all short here. But you can visit my other channel, I talk a lot about that there. It makes more sense then. So what you want to do is to pick something that you think is a big part of you. Something, it can be anything. It can be anything that you define as. Let's say you define as a smoker, you define as a runner, you define as whatever it is. You will get a reality according to that. And this reality doesn't have to be bad. It's just if you want to have another reality that you experience, you create it, you get it revealed. It is what you are. And so you have to pick something. And for me, I believe it is smoking. So I have to reinvent myself as someone that does not smoke. And smoking is not about being addicted. I don't believe in things like that. It's not that I'm addicted to that. The spirit of this plant wrapping me into a blanket and keeping me warm. It's not about addiction. No, it's not. There is no nicotine in your body when you go to bed and wake up. But you start again. Your body would not need it. It's your ego that needs it. And every time a smoker or a drinker, whatever, a drug user, when they try to get rid of their addiction, they are pulled back. It's like lying in a very warm bathtub. And then someone calls you out to shovel snow, naked, in minus 10 degrees weather. So why should you do that? You would find excuses to stay into the bathtub. And this is your ego pulling you back because it is afraid of losing you to the next frequency. That's why these things are hard. But the good thing is that they are only hard if you believe them to be hard. You can reinvent yourself overnight. You can reinvent yourself right now, like that. But you have to be persistent with that. What would your new self do? What would the new version of you do in specific situations? Do not react. Answer it. You have your set of skills, you have your set of reactions, but how would the new version of you react in these situations? And then, if you are persistent with that, you will lose the old version. Because the old version wasn't good. Otherwise, you would not want to experience a different reality. You would not wish for things because you have everything that you want. And you have to always be grateful for that. Be grateful for all the things that are. Be grateful for you. Be grateful for all the things you get. Do not look for things that you do not have. then the rest will be taken from you. And it literally could be anything. Yeah? Maybe you do not smoke, but you drink Mountain Dew, whatever. It is what you define as. And if you think and if you feel that you are associated with that, like I'm a smoker or I'm a drinker, I'm a Mountain Dew user, drinker, whatever, you are defined as that. It's your definition. And by this definition, the reality will be revealed to you according to that. This is why, in order to live a different life, in order to change something, you have to get rid of something, you have to sacrifice it, and you have to reinvent yourself. But how can you do that? The definition you have now was maybe given to you by your parents, was given to you by friends, family, by your surroundings, and you adapted this definition. If your parents told you what you are and how you are, then chances are that you define yourself as this still. This is why this step into the footsteps thing and so on works. But these definitions, you can get rid of them. And this is the solution to that. This is the solution to addiction. This is the solution to everything. You just have to take into consideration what is it that you want to sacrifice in order to leave that old version of you. You have to picture the new version of you. How is this version? How does this version dress? How does this version talk, walk, live? Where does this version live? Who are the people that this version would surround him or herself with? Sometimes it means to cut ties with old friends because they just do not fit in that situation anymore. This is only if you want to get rid of something. If you try to quit smoking, you try, and this is why this will fail. This is why people struggle all their lives and others say, last cigarette, that's it, and then they reinvent themselves as a version where they do not smoke, and they identify with that version. If you do that, you will have no problem. There will be no problem. Mostly it is the ego and the memories. It will pull you back into the bathtub that I mentioned. It will pull you back. And this is what makes it so difficult. You say, oh well, I want to stop smoking, I try everything, I take something in exchange, like another thing, another cigarette and vaping or whatever. But your ego says, well, yes, okay, but I will pull you back, and I know, because I tried. The only thing that will work is if you, from the start, reinvent yourself as a person that never smoked. Never, you did never. Not a single one. You did not a single puff. You never smoked. Sounds easy. And it is. If you are stronger than your ego is, there will be no problem at all. But be aware, your ego will try to pull you back, no matter what you change, no matter what it is. If you want to start something new, a new project, your ego does not want it, because your ego is used to you, the version of you. It accompanied one another, right? And your ego is used to that, so it will try to keep you there. Because if you leave it, it will die. This version of you will die. That's the sacrifice mentioned in the Bible. You will go on, you will head into another direction, and you will lose the old version of you. Kind of a goodbye. This is why your ego will cling onto you and try to hold you back from leaving. So it will do a lot of things to keep you. But in order to change the reality that is revealed to you, you have to reinvent yourself. There's no way around that. So there's only one solution. And this solution is to not identify with what you thought about you anymore. You can do that. You can reinvent yourself all the time, and it feels like a lifting. It feels like a boost of motivation. This New Year's motivation, like, oh, I will go to the gym, doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because the person going there still identifies with the old version of that person. They first have to reinvent themselves. The universe is mental, everything is mental. So first, it has to be there mentally. Reinvent yourself, and you can do everything you want. How would it feel? And this is the most important thing. How would you feel in that version, in this new reality? I hope this was a little insight about reinventing yourself. And it happens. I did it all the time. I did it so often in my life. This is why I did so many things. And it's such a, I had such a complex life, and I'm really thankful for that. So, one love. See you in the next video. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe if you want to. And we will get this. Yeah, we will.